Hello and welcome along to the next instalment of my camper conversion YouTube channel. So this video is going to be fitting a window into the sliding door of a little Ford Connect that I'm doing at the moment. This is going to be a really small little micro campervan. Now for the V5, if you're going to be registering it as a campervan, you do need a window in the side door. So I'm going to be fitting the same type of window that I've recently fitted into this little Daihatsu Hijet that I've just converted. So this is roughly what it should look like once it's in the door. As you see there, it looks quite nice, quite neat. So it's going to be the same window. It's just literally an old caravan door window that's going into it, so it should be relatively straightforward to fit. It wasn't too bad when I fitted it into this van. First things first, I'm going to have to figure out how to get the actual sliding door off. It's far easier to actually do it when the door's off. Now the door does have a dent, a scratch going along there, so I'm going to try and get the window fitted into that, so that's going to be able to cut most of that out. Then it's just probably going to need just a little bit of repair at the end there. So I'm going to crack on, find out how to get the door off, and get the door off, do a template, because obviously when you're cutting into metal you only want to be cutting once, so measuring 2, 3, 4, 5 times, using a template just to be sure that it's going to be cut right first time. But as I say, I'll film everything as I go along anyway, so I'll get the door off, pick the video up, and we'll get the window fitted. Alright, so there's the door off. It took some doing, little bits of working out inside, but it's all off. To get it off, there's a little stopper there that you need to take off. That's got star drives on it. Down there's a little bracket that sits there. That's got a couple of nuts on it. Thankfully I got to those just in time because they were starting to rust away, so if they'd been left any longer, they might have been a real pain to get off. So they're off. Then you need to take the side panel off. That's down there, that little panel there. That's just so you can then get to the rubbers and the bungs. They're all on the inside. Thankfully I hadn't fitted all of the ply panels back in. All the panels are actually carpeted, ready to go back on. So if I had fitted those, I would have been a little bit annoyed. So thankfully those weren't on. So it's just a case of reattaching the insulation, because the panel bolts themselves sit along there, and then to get the final runner off, there's a bung that sits in there, and that needs to come out of that little hole just there. So once all those are undone, the door literally just slides away, and away you go. So now I'm just going to start getting the template cut out for the window, then we'll get that cut into the door and see what it looks like. Right, so I'm just about to start drilling and cutting the door. I've drew around a template on it. Thankfully I still actually had the old template from, as I say, the previous van that I fitted one in. So I've used that, but I've also double checked it against this window as well, just to be sure that it's going to be lining up, and it should be just a nice fit in this panel, because as you can see it's double lined as well, so hopefully it's going to go nicely over them, and we'll see what it looks like when it's all in. So as I say, now it's just a case of getting the drill out, jigsaw out, and making those first cuts. So I've just done a test fit with the window there, and it's appeared that we've gone in pretty much straight away. First cut, I haven't had to make any real amendments. All I've done is use the grinder just to go around and soften all the edges off, just to get rid of any of the sharp edges or anything. I haven't pushed it all the way in, as you can see, but the vast majority of it would easily just push all the way along and all the way in. As I say, I just wanted to make sure it was going to go in, and now I'm going to take it back out, treat the metalwork, because I've just exposed some bare metal, so that needs some sort of just rust treating, paint work, something like hammerite, something like that. And then it'll be ready for the window to go back in. So I'll just take this back out, and now I'm also going to take care of these little scratches here and there as well. I've just been out and got some filler, so I'm just going to flatten off this area, apply some filler, try and get these smoothed off. This is the time to do it while the window's not fitted. So I'll get cracked on with this, and I'll pick it back up in a second. Yeah, so I've just filled in those scratches. I've just put a light skim over both of them. So I'm just going to leave this for 20 minutes just to set up. I'll give this a flat back, sand that back off, smooth that back over, and hopefully shouldn't really be able to see that there were any scratches there to begin with. Then, as I say, that's when I'll get the window fitted in. So I'll pick it up when that's ready to sand back and get the window fitted. So that's all of the edges all painted round now. They've all been painted with some Rust-Oleum just to protect the bare metal edges, just to be safer than sorry. So now it's time to get the window fitted. I'm going to be fitting it in, then running a full bead of Sikaflex all the way around the outside. I'm not going to be putting the bead on first, otherwise it'll just get smudged when pushing the window through. So when it's through, I'll be able to then peel the lip up on the actual seal, get in, get a full bead all the way around, then I'll weigh the window down just while that sets. So, time to get it in and get cracked on. Right, so there's the window in, as I say, nice and easy, straight in really. So now, as I say, I'm just going to get some Sikaflex to warm up. I'm going to just be leaving that in a tub of hot water for 5 minutes because it's really thick stuff, and trying to squeeze out a full bead with it, it just kills your wrists. So it's best just to leave that to warm up. So as soon as that's pliable, I'll get a full bead round, get it weighed down just so it can't go anywhere. Then we'll have a look at the other side and see what it looks like when it's all complete. So there we go, there's the window install completely finished now. I've now refitted the door. I've also carpeted the ply panel that was on the original door. The ply panel actually covered the entire door before, and because the window is recessed into the panel, I couldn't just cut a hole for the window into the ply because the rubber going around it would have just not got anywhere near the actual ply itself. So the original ply I've cut in half. The bottom half is mounted exactly where it used to be before. Again, it's all carpeted. I've carpeted all around the metalwork as well. The upper panel, because it was already shaped to the shape of the door, but it was a little bit bigger, I've basically just had to trim down the entire shape just so it'll then fit inside the metalwork. So then the rubber seal can be mounted around there, and I managed to squeeze a little bit of insulation behind the actual panel as well. So I think you'll agree it looks quite a nice neat install really. The window itself is nice and solid, it's fully bonded on the outside, it's not going anywhere at all really. It's fully waterproof because we've had some torrential downpours the last couple of days recently as well, and it's all 100% dry behind the window as well. Obviously it all still opens and closes fine as well, and you can see where I've carpeted around the metalwork so the carpet touches the rubber seal, so none of that carpet will get wet, but it means that when the door's shut you can't see any bare metalwork there at all. I'll show you the outside. That's it, there's the window on the outside. Obviously it's all going to be going in for paint soon anyway, and that little scratch there could probably do with just another layer just to be sure that it's 100% flat and smooth, but it's gone in quite nicely, quite neatly. It meets the DVLA requirements, so it means that I'll be able to get the van re-registered as a campervan as well. And so it just means that whenever you're inside, at least you've got a nice little view going outside as well. So that's how I fitted the door. I said to refit the door itself back into the frame, it's an exact reverse of getting it off. The middle slider goes in first. Obviously this panel needs to be off at the time to get the door off and on. Put the middle panel air slider in first, then the top and the bottom rollers go in pretty much together. Then it's just a case of reassembling this panel back on, and that's it, that's the door remounted. As long as you don't play around with any of the runner positions, it shouldn't really affect the actual position of the door in the frame, so all that should be good as well. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, do give it that good old thumbs up. Check my channel because there's loads of videos on there. I've documented this hijet job by job on there. I'm currently documenting the Connect job by job on there. I've also got a VW T4 that again every job has been documented on there as well. So have a look at my channel. We're getting up to 80-90 videos on there now, and there's still going to be plenty more to come because I've already got another 2 projects lined up for after this one's done as well. So as I say, if you found the video useful, give it your thumbs up, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.